So I've got my suspension trainer, and the problem I've got with my suspension trainer is that I need to hang it over a door. And I've only got one door in the whole house I can actually do this with. And the reason being is, that if you hang it over the door, say for this one here, okay? So I don't know if you can see this down here, you've got the small latch, to show you now. Okay, so down here you've got the small latch there. Now if I put this over the top of that door, okay? If I put this over the top of that door, and I close the door, okay? I close that door with that on it. When I'm pulling on this, it's only being supported by that small little latch there. It just won't do it. And what will happen is the latch will give way, or the door will give way, and you end up breaking your latch. So it needs to go on. It needs to go on really this way. So the frame of the door will support it when it's being pulled. Okay. Now, as I said, this is a bit of a pain in the neck because I've only got one door in the whole house, which is downstairs in the living room, and it's a bit awkward. I'm trying to work out, and I've got people watching TV, walking around me, want to go through the door to the kitchen. It's a pain in the neck. So what I've done, I've bought this bracket to go on the wall. Now, don't get the TRX version of this. This is about, I think £12 to £15. The TRX version is exactly the same, but 3 times the price. It's £35, £40 for the TRX version. Don't bother getting that. This just works just fine. Now, they say you need to fit this about 2 meters 10, 2 meters 20, or about 7 feet. So it needs to be quite high up on the wall here. Okay. If you have it too low, you're not going to get enough extension on the suspension trainer. So you need to have it up quite high. So you've got that leverage there. Another thing you want to watch before you put these up is make sure that there's no wires in the wall and no switches nearby. Okay, so you don't want to be drilling through a wire. And lastly, when you put these up, you need something strong to hold them in. You can't just put a normal wall plug in it, because when you're doing your suspension trainer, it'll just pull them out of the wall. Especially, I'm 80 kilos, not particularly heavy, but if someone's a little bit heavier than me, or even me, I could pull this out of the wall when I'm pulling back on it. Okay, it needs to take quite a bit of weight. So it came with these wall plugs. They're also called shield anchors or expansion bolts. They go by many names. I don't know why, but these are I gotta say, these are a little bit naff. They look a bit cheaply made. So what I did, I went to Screwfix and bought some better ones, and I got these. They're called shield anchor bolts. There you go. And I'm going to put them into the wall. Okay. I've also got my drill. I got my tri-square hammer, something to screw the bolts in with, obviously my drill and a measuring tape. And I've got the envelope, and I'll show you what the envelope is for in a bit. These are M6 times 70mm anchor bolts, so I need to have a 12mm masonry drill bit for these. And what I will say is, if you're going to use these, you can't really use them in drywall, plasterboard walls. Therefore, for brick, concrete, things like that elk, concrete block, they'll work in there because they expand open and they will hold a hell of a lot. I think up to a ton in weight, they say. I wouldn't like to hang a ton off them, but that's what they reckon. They're very, very strong and will hold a lot of weight. So I'm going to go up about just over 2 meters, 2 meters 20, about 7 foot. So 7 feet is here. That's about 2 meters 14. Just mark that there. So I'm going to put the bracket here. Okay. And then just mark in the holes. How an expansion bolt works is when this bolt gets, this nut gets screwed here. The collar or the sleeve, this gets pulled in to that, and as that gets pulled in, I won't be able to do it with my hands, not strong enough. Maybe I'll do it a little bit. Can you see that's being pulled in there? Maybe I can do it. Okay, I can do it a little bit. Can you see how what's happened here is this little knobble bit on the end has been pulled into the anchor, and that's been forced open into the concrete or the brick, making it incredibly strong. So if you are going to hang something on the wall and you need it to, you know, hold a lot of weight, these are the boys you use. So the bolt is 70mm. Just there, you can see it's 70mm, but I'm going to set it just a little bit longer, because when the bolt goes in, you don't want that sitting into any muck or dust at the back. So give it a bit of a wiggle room, and maybe have it just a slightly few mil, maybe 72mm, just a bit longer. So you've got that wiggle room at the back then. On a good drill, you'll have a thing at the top here which you can put down, so you can measure when it goes into the wall, it stops there. But I haven't got that on this drill. So what I'm going to do is just mark on here, okay, where the depth is of where I need to go, and just wrap a little bit of masking tape around here so I know when to stop with the drill, so I don't go too deep. Okay, so there you go. Pretty, you know, rudimentary, but it does the job. I know when it gets to here, when I drill a hole, okay, and I go in, I stop there so I don't go too deep when I'm drilling. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put this just below here, okay? This is why I've got the envelope. I'll just put that on there with some masking tape. Make sure it's masking tape, not too strong a tape. You don't want to be pulling the paint off the wall. Okay, and you fluff it out a bit like that. Okay, so when you drill, all the debris goes in this and not on your floor. Everything's set up now. And I got my drill set on just the drill setting now. I haven't got it on hammer yet, because I want to make sure I just drill a little bit of the hole so I get a good grip on it, and then I'll turn it to hammer, okay? But what you can do, you find your center here and just give the drill a little tap, okay? And then what that does, it gives you a mark then, keeps the drill there and stops it sliding off everywhere, okay? And then I'll just do a little... Okay, so now I've got a little bit of a hole there, so I know I can keep my drill straight. I'm going to turn it to hammer. Okay, it's going to be a bit louder now. So you can see I'm coming to where this needs to be, so I'm almost there. Okay, and that's caught most of the mortar dust now, so I haven't got it, get that off in there. And there's most of it's in there now. And then what you do then is just put the bolt in. So I'll just finish these off now. I've got all the holes drilled now. What I'm going to do is just vacuum them now. Vacuum. I can't even say the word.
Vacuum.
Okay, vacuum all the dust out. You don't want any particles getting in there, blocking the bolt getting in. Okay, so I'm just going to vacuum them out. So what I'm doing now is unscrewing this. Okay, taking out that and put the sleeve in. And just put it into here, okay, and you do that with each one. Okay, and then I just put them in then. So what I'm going to have to do is screw them in, nice and easy, okay. I'll screw them in bit by bit, and then I'll use my drill then Okay, I don't know if you can see that by here, but if you notice, is the washers are almost the same size as the hole in the bracket. Now, this could be a problem. It'd probably be okay, but probably is not good enough. You need to have it really secure. So what I'm going to do is take these out, and luckily I have some extra washers, some larger washers here. So I'm going to use these instead of the washers it's got with it. So it's all up on the wall now, nice and strong. Got my 4 bolts in, and that ain't going nowhere, okay? I can put all my weight on that, and that ain't going to come off that wall. And now I can do my suspension trainer exercises. See how strong it is? It ain't going anywhere, okay? I'm even like giving it a jerk there, it ain't coming off that wall, and that's the bolts you really need to do. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.